Yo, Darren here. Life is full of doors, opportunities, failures, lack, loss. It's the mindset to get through the closed doors. And this door is locked. And it's closed and I can't get in, really. So that leads us to Dino here. Dean Delisle, my buddy, my client. Today was waistline check-in workout day. And we're real excited for a couple reasons. I didn't train him last week. It's been 2 weeks, but we did his measurement saying he lost 2 inches off his waist, 4.5 inches in 2 weeks. So he lost an inch per week.
Right.
And that's the best he's ever done with me in the 5th week of this transformation program. And I believe it's the best you've ever done in the past weight loss journey.
Consistency, right, yeah.
And he's doing it the right way. He's doing it through weight training, building muscle, tearing down muscle safely, so he can eat more food long term, so you don't have to diet the weight off or cardio it off. That is short term. That's not going to work long term.
Right.
And is this program for your weight loss, is it sort of new to you, what we're doing together?
Well, I think it's more about my transformation. So this is about changing eating habits or eating consciously. And I'm just thinking about the muscle, because I get hung up on stepping on the scale, like I'm sure a lot of people do. Mm-hmm. And I even told you, I'm like, I don't think I'm down any weight, and I'm building muscle, but yet I lost a few pounds too in the process.
Right. The whole scale weight thing we were laughing about earlier, because I've heard it so many times in my 19 years as a full-time coach. And right before this, 7 minutes ago, he hopped on the scale and it was a negative. Oh shit! Oh darn! And I'm like, what? He's like, I'm up weight. And I'm like, from when? He's like, yesterday. I'm like, what scale were you on? It was like a different scale in another city at a different time of the day. And I'm like, don't get on the scale and bring negativity in. One time per week, let's analyze how your food and your exercise went. And so we went right from that to like, wow, 2 inches off the waistline in 2 weeks, 1 inch per week. And now he's elated. But cognitively, he knows that in his brain, but in his subconscious level, emotions, it's still that scale weight.
Well, and wired as a previous wrestler, you're like, I got to make my weight. And so there's this whole mindset of starving the body and things like that. And you really don't have to do that.
So the scale doesn't matter. It's the waistline measurement and how he feels. And so how does it feel? Even before we did this measurement, realize you lost 2 inches off in 2 weeks, 1 per week. You said people are saying clothes are fitting different. People are saying Dino looks different.
Yep.
How does that feel?
I like it. Another belt loop down. I'm back into XLs and not double XLs, so that feels good. And I'm still building muscle, so I like it. Yeah.
Nice.
And I feel better.
And awesome. And in 2 weeks, we're going to do an after picture and put with his before picture so he can see a visual. He doesn't have much clothes on, so it's up to him how long he wants to wait to share his visual story, but we're building his story now. And the reason why we're laughing earlier about the door is because we're actually
locked in the back room.
This is the second time in my 6 years at this facility that I've been locked in the back hall. He closed the door as we're walking in. We're laughing our ass off how we're going to shoot this video with the straight and make use of this time that we're locked in the hall.
And we laughed like 20 minutes before we shot the video, because it's like...
Because the door, doors are opportunities. They open and they close, but this one's not opening right now. Unless my next client, Mark Hickey, can hear us. Hey, Mark! He's not here yet.
Hopefully soon.
So what's the takeaway with what you're learning by using my system to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time and eat more food into it? Does it feel nice to know that you can take the waistline down consistently where you know you can do it long term and maintain it?
In a healthy way.
In a healthy way by eating. Are you eating more food now than you have in the past?
I would say better choices.
Okay.
So I'm making better conscious choices. I'm logging my food. Everybody does it a different way, and I have a Fitbit, so I track steps and intake, and I think it's the conscious tracking that goes, oh, I could have this, or I could have this. So yesterday, I was going to have a tuna salad sandwich, and I'm like, oh, there's lettuce here. I'm going to do a lettuce wrap. And so, and then later in the day, I'm like, oh, I should have some carbs, because you said you need to mix carbs in. So then I had a slice of bread with something, so I mixed it up. So
you're getting to eat bread as you're getting inches off your waistline.
Right.
How does that feel?
Real good.
Because there's a lot of people that think you can't eat bread.
Oh no, you can. Yeah, it's more about, again, consciously eating and knowing that you're feeding your body in the right way. And I'm still learning. I mean, this is like 4 weeks, and I've been doing this my whole life in different capacity. So, yeah, so what's funny is I was at an event this week with Rick Bayless, who's a famous chef, and they talked about being a flexitarian. First time I ever heard it. Have you heard that? So, you know,
being flexible.
There's vegetarians.
Oh, food-wise. Okay.
Yeah, food-wise. So I'm a flexitarian because there's times where, I'm going to avoid dairy for a period of time, or I'm going to cut things out, and I just want to see how it makes me feel. And so I think that's the world that we're in today. And they said this is super popular because there's so many choices to be gluten-free or this free or sugar-free. So I think it's whatever works for you.
Yo, Mark, are you here? Mark Hickey, we're back.
We're locked in here.
Okay, we're cool.
Yeah, we've locked in and we can't get out. Seriously.
We just don't want to lose our opportunity to get out of here. That's all.
Yeah, right. Okay. Anyway, so that's what I think. I think I'm a flexitarian. I'm conscious about my eating. You've got me on a great training program. So I think all that combined is a good mix.
Now, when we're talking training, we're not talking about lifting heavy weights like a CrossFit workout. It's lightweight, slow, and controlled. Anybody can do this with body weight or resistance bands. That's my message. You can burn the fat, tear the muscle down safely at home or in your office with minimal equipment. Are you lifting lighter weights than you've lifted in the past with me?
Well, yeah, because I'm building up, right?
And does it feel safer?
Oh, it's way safer, and it's slower. That's what I like about it. So less chance of injury. I don't have to go crazy. Although I still like to go crazy on certain things, but it's a safer.
You're talking more martial arts, boxing stuff. Yeah, that's
hitting the bags and things like that.
So here's something else too. I don't want this to get too long-winded, but I think there's some messages here. Flexitarian. I do love to teach people that if they are mindful of their exercise, mind-muscle connection is going to go way better. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Feel the burn, nice and slow. Feel the muscle stretch. Feel it squeeze. It's a
conscious breathing too.
Conscious breathing. In the timing of the breathing, it's very easy. Watch one of my 900 YouTube videos. I teach it all the time. And if you choose slow, no matter what eating plan you have, intermittent fasting, keto, cycling your starchy carbs like an athlete or a bodybuilder, water fasting for 2 or 3 days is great at autophagy, having the body eat cancerous dead cell. Everything will work short term.
Right.
Have one plan that makes sense. Those plans I just said make sense. And have an accountability partner, have a little check-in, and slow down your chewing and listen and taste the food. Be mindful of it, and you'll usually be pretty good at knowing if you should eat more food or less food.
Yeah.
If you just chew twice as long because your digestive enzymes are in your mouth, don't gobble, swallow, and not be mindful. When you chew slower and longer, you enjoy the food. It tastes better.
It does.
It's portion control 101. You are not going to eat as much, and it puts a peace in your heart, and it lets you slow down and actually feel what your body's telling you. And you can usually decide, should I eat more or should I eat less?
Yeah. I am filling up by eating slower too. And I think we've all known that. But sometimes we get in this habit of work or rush or whatever it is. And it's like, okay, I'm just going to
cool.
put the fork down.
Any last words of wisdom to other people that are watching this that are saying, well, that's great for Dino, but what about me? What could I do?
I would say of all the things that we mentioned a lot of things in here, just pick one thing and work what resonates best with you.
Don't get overwhelmed.
Don't get overwhelmed, and make sure you check out Darren's stuff because he does have 900 videos out there, and they're all good, but just do one thing at a time.
Yeah, thanks. And someone on YouTube said, "Who's Dino?" Well, because I put this on YouTube and a couple other places. Right. This is a good friend of mine that I've known for years, but I hired him to help me get my message across on social media more clearly in the corporate wellness, the business community.
Well, and you've been
Dean Delisle is his name. He's from Indiana.
Yeah, Social Jack. And so if you, Darren's been a fitness influencer forever, but now he wants to transition to a business influencer. This means he has a phenomenal executive training program that a lot of people don't know about. So we're going to make sure a lot of people know about it.
You know why I like training companies, Dean? Because they have deeper pocketbooks and they don't cancel on you like individuals. It's true, right?
Yeah, you don't get no-shows, right?
That's right. Absolutely. All right, so we'll check in next week. I'll put a little pressure on him to show his before and after pictures because I know it's going to be quite dramatic down the road, maybe. I don't know how long. But let us know if you like this, and if you want to know any more information, we'll answer questions about it as you comment later. We'll get to them.
Yeah, right.
Keep it up, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Asta, you do have the power change to make the rest of your life the best of your life. Now, hopefully we can get out of here.
Let's go.
Yo, Mark! Mark! All right, we'll hopefully we can shoot this video next
If
week.
not, if you're in Mokina, hit up Darren's phone.
The Transformation Station 19820 Wolf.
Yeah.
Come on over here, please.